Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about our Pinguiculas that we have, and I'll get more into that a little bit later, obviously. And I want to update you guys on our Drosophilum seeds and obviously talk about our collection outside and the weather we've been having lately. So let's start the video. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, you may not know this, but a couple weeks ago, okay, if you're also new to the channel, there's this damn bird that never shuts up. So yeah, that's something else. But a couple weeks ago, I planted some Drosophilum seeds and we have them outside, and guys, almost all of them have sprouted now. So they're looking really, really good, and I want to update you guys on them, and I want to move them outside with you guys, and obviously in turn, I want to talk about the weather we've been having and why I haven't moved them out, a little bit sooner or anything. But yeah, let's start looking at our Drosophilums first, and then we'll start worrying about our Pinguiculas afterwards. Okay guys, and these are our Drosophilums that I've obviously spoken about, or dewy pines. It's easier to just say bird, guys. I cannot deal with this bird. Anyways, these are Drosophilums. It's easier for me to say Drosophilum because I like using scientific names, but obviously most people use the normal names, so dewy pines. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyway, these guys are the ones that we scarified, which means that we castrated them. We cut off the bottom of the seeds, which allows, obviously water to get into the seeds easier, and hopefully allows them to germinate better. And these guys, we didn't do that. And we already tried this because people say that if you use fresh seeds, that they don't need to be scarified. And I can actually say, yes, this is true. These guys are all coming up, but so are these guys. So it's essentially the same thing. Let me just show you. You can see them coming up right there. Looks really good. So these are all of our seedlings which were castrated or scarified. See those little things in the center of the screen? And obviously this guy down here looks really good. But these are the ones that we didn't. You can see there's a seed is popping up there. This guy, I can't even see it. Oh, there it is. See, it looks good. This guy too. This guy, you probably can't tell, but I'm sure it has a root underneath. This guy as well. And last but not least, this guy's also creating its roots. So yeah, as you can tell, all of these guys are germinating, so they've done super well for us. There's no difference between scarifying them and not scarifying them, or castrating them when they're very fresh seeds. So yeah, let's talk about moving them outside. Okay guys, so yeah, as I've said, I want to move them outside, and the reason for this is because obviously they're germinating. They need to get some good sunlight, because where they're native to, which is around Portugal and Spain and Morocco, I think, like that kind of bottom region of Europe, where Spain and Portugal is, obviously. You guys, you always tilt your heads. And you're kneeling. Stop kneeling, guys. Come on. That region is obviously very warm and very sunny. And we are going now towards spring. It's only the second month of winter now, but of course we're going to start heading towards spring. And these guys, obviously, because they're germinating, they need the sunlight, so we're going to move them outside. But as you can tell, it is very overcast. It has been raining for the past 3 days now. And it's actually the weirdest thing. So where I'm staying here in Queensland, Australia, I'm about 2 hours west from Brisbane. And I'm on a mountain range kind of thing. So when I go to work, I drive down the mountain. And when I drive back to work, I drive up the mountain. So when I leave work, I drive through the clouds, literally. And when I'm arriving back from work, I see the clouds over the whole mountain range, which is very cool. So yeah, obviously it's been very cloudy for the past couple of days. It's been obviously humid because we're literally in a cloud, and it's been drizzling and stuff. And it's going to be raining hard on Sunday. Today's Friday, so in 2 days it's going to be raining hard too. So I think there's another cold front coming through, which means that I'm going to leave this panel out here, and the panel's obviously just to protect all the plants from the hard rains. So yeah, it's not a good time to move our plants, which like to be kept dry, outside into the rain and humidity, but they need the light. Because they're still young, they need to be kept more moist and stuff, so they can continue growing before their roots have really gotten into all the soil. So yeah, we'll be moving them outside in this video too, and yeah, hopefully they enjoy the new sunlight and they start growing really quick for us. And you know, just another thing about living in the clouds, it's really cool because if you guys know anything about pitcher plants, about nepenthes, you get two different types, well, 3 or 4, 5, 6, whatever. You get ones that like to be kept cold and ones that like to be kept warm, and the warm ones are lowlanders, and the ones that are cold are called highlanders because they grow on high land. They grow at the top of a mountain, whereas these guys grow at the bottom of the mountain. And obviously the top of mountains are very cold. And obviously the top of the mountains are very humid too, because there's clouds that go through the mountains. So when I'm driving home and I see the clouds over, you know, the mountain range, I'm like, man, I really want to get some nepenthes now because they'll be so happy up there. But yeah, of course, guys, I want to get a greenhouse first, so I'm not going to worry about any of that stuff right now. But anyway, let's just go move those guys outside, and we can choose and pick a nice location for them because I have not extended our fence outside. You'll see what I mean? I haven't extended it yet, so yeah, we're going to do that now, and it's probably going to be a real mission with the panel on, I just realized. Anyway, let's go do it. Okay guys, so let me explain the situation here. We have 4 trays of plants. Sorry for the bird, I literally cannot stop it. There are 4 trays of birds. There are 4 trays of plants here, and you can see that there's a fence around them, and obviously the panel on top. So this means I have to extend the fence and move the bins part and all the other stuff so we could actually fit our two little Drosophilum trays that you saw earlier inside of there, because obviously they can't fit right now. So yeah, I want to go and struggle. Hope you guys enjoy this. So you guys can see I kind of did the lazy person thing. There was actually a big gap big gap at the front anyway, so I just put them there. The panel should be able to cover them just fine, and anyway they'll be fine. So yeah, this is where they're going to be from now onwards. I shouldn't have removed the panel. Yeah, as I said, I didn't plan any of this, so let's go back inside. Okay guys, and now obviously as you can see I put the panel back up, and it's getting really dark outside like quite quickly. I really hope that the plants will be okay, because although they're underneath the panel, like rain can still get in from the sides, which it has, like obviously it's been doing that anyway, but I don't, like it's not affected those plants, the other plants that are there already. But yeah, I'm still worried, so when it does rain, I'm just obviously gonna go outside and check on them. But as I said, I wanna talk to you guys about Pinguicula. So I have a couple seeds of Pinguicula lusitanica here. These guys, they are an annual. They are obviously, because they're annual, what that means is that they grow for one season and then they make flowers and then they kill themselves. And they make tons and tons of seeds, and they make seeds very easily. They are self-pollinating, and yeah, they're quite pretty, and they're also quite small. I obviously haven't planted these guys just yet because I wanted to do something with them first. And what it is that I wanted to do is that I wanted to grow these guys on lava rock. Some of you guys may know this, some of you guys probably don't know this, but Pinguicula are actually plants that grow on rocks, like mineral type of rocks, where they're native to. They're oftentimes seen growing on these lime outcrops and stuff like that. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to get like small little squares of, you know, lava rock, like nice, like thin pieces like this, and obviously a good size, maybe like 2 inches. So like this, 2 inches by 2 inches, and like have a small colony of them. And obviously have the small growers on smaller pieces and bigger ones. So it would look like quite nice and something like that. But obviously I can't get lava rock right now. I haven't even tried looking for it. And I'm pretty sure it'll be quite expensive, especially because I have to get them like pre-cut for me and everything. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. But what I do want to do is that I want to plant these guys with you guys. So yeah, now the issue is that obviously I've grown these guys before because these seeds are seeds that I collected. And now, when I was actually, you know, selling the plants off and taking them out of the pots, I noticed that, I can't even show you guys. I had a pot like this big, okay, full of soil, all that space, you know, watch them from the tray below, whatever. And then what would happen is that if you touch the flower stalk, like you touch it too hard, the plant will fall over. And then I saw that these guys have shallow, very shallow roots. And obviously this is because they grow on like rocks and stuff. They don't need deep roots. And I was like, well, I have this whole entire pot that's this big. where literally 1% of it is actually being used. Why do I have to have such a big pot? So what I do want to do with these guys is I want to have a really shallow pot and grow them in that. But the issue is that I don't have any shallow pots. I literally only have the pots that you guys know of, the small circle ones and the really, really tall square ones. And obviously our colony pots, those really big 220 millimeter ones. So I don't know really what to do, because I want to grow them on the rocks, but I can't right now. So I want to grow them anyway, but I don't have the right pot for them. So I'm not sure if I should just use the pot anyway. You know, it's like, it's annoying actually. So yeah, let's go look through my cupboards to see if I have anything. So guys, this is what I mean. These are our little circle pots. If I were to fill this whole thing up with soil, this would be wasted space and this would be where the roots are. So that's why I don't really want to use these guys. And as you can tell, I have quite a few of them. Obviously, lots of these square ones too. These guys are actually really good for our tuberous drosera. As I said, if you guys want them, let me know, contact me, and I'll be able to send you guys some. This is what I've decided to do. This little square plastic pot, which is obviously, as you can see, is quite shallow. So what I can do is I can fill this up, as you know, it'll be kind of like an experiment. Fill this up with the soil, and it'll be in this tray underneath it, obviously, for water. And then we can put our seeds in here and see how they do. So I'm quite excited to see how they'll turn out, you know, in this project. So let's go and clean them up. I can stop complaining. Okay guys, so I'm actually right by the sink. The sink has, I do not know why, but they have like this nice LED strip underneath it. So obviously it has good lights at night, which it obviously is not right now. Wow, I rhymed a lot right there. Anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this nice little square pot that I found in the house. It was actually used for some other plants. And we're gonna put one little hole in the middle. Then we're gonna fill up this hole with some sphagnum so the soil obviously doesn't fall out. And then we're gonna fill it up all the way to the top in a mixture of peat and silica sand in a ratio of 1:1. Because these Pinguicula lusitanicas, these little guys, they are a warm temperate species and they do well in that soil mixture, according to the book, The Savage Garden. So yeah, definitely get that book. I use it a lot. I use it almost all the time for my plants. So definitely get it if you don't have it yet. There are links in the description below. So yeah, do that. But as I said, I'm just gonna put a hole in it, fill it up with fill it up with some sphagnum, and then fill it up with the soil. And I'll put that on time lapse for you guys. So I hope you enjoy it. And we're back by the sink, guys. So as you saw, I got about half of this filled with sand and the other half obviously full of peat. And what I recommend that you guys do is that you put a little bit more peat than what it fills up naturally, because this peat has lots of air in it and it needs to be compressed. And if you put water on it, like, gets rid of those air spaces and it helps it really, you know, compact a little bit more. So make sure you put a little bit more peat than what you're expecting, because it will then fill up the pot all the way to the top completely properly. So just keep that in mind, guys. So all that we're going to do now is that we're going to mix this up together, and then we're going to obviously fill up this tray and put our seeds on. So let me go get something to actually mix these guys in. And here we go, guys. I just have one of these containers. I don't know what you guys call them. Anyway. Oh, and obviously this is the little sphagnum plug, so the water can get through, but the soil won't. This might be a little bit tight, but you know, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, if we do have issues, we can always just water them from the top. It doesn't make much of an issue here. So here's our mixture. Just wanna mix it so that it becomes a proper mixture. And now you want to use your spray bottle to get it like wet because you don't want the peat to stay dry. Peat is actually hydrophobic. People don't really... Oh, I was not expecting that. Peat is hydrophobic. People don't know this, but you have to first get it wet and mix water into it properly before it holds the water. So get it wet, mix it in, and then your peat should work like normal, like it's meant to. If you guys want a spray bottle like this, I also have it in the link below. I have a lot of stuff in the links in the description below, all these different links, which will really help you guys grow your plants, peat, perlite, sand, everything that you guys may need is there. So if you guys wanted it there, if you don't want it, it's still there anyway. But now let's just mix this up. And there we go, guys. You guys may have noticed that obviously the peat has gone darker, which means they have absorbed the water. What you guys should really do is let your peat sit in, you know, some clean water for a long time, and then obviously squeeze the water in and then just let it soak it up. But this is fine for me. As I said, I didn't really prepare for this at all, actually. So here, it's all mixed up now. I'm gonna put it into this little tray. We might have too much soil, but honestly, it doesn't matter. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press it down nicely, because as I've said, these guys, their roots don't really go anywhere. So it doesn't matter how well or how not well pressed down the soil is. So I'm just gonna do it because it looks like we have more soil than what we actually need, guys. So we'll see how it goes. So there we go, guys. As you can tell, we actually did have the perfect amount of mixture. It's all mixed thoroughly within the pot. So this is going to be quite cool to see, you know, how it goes here. So we have it done perfectly well. And it's all full of water. That's really good because these guys, they like to be kept a little bit more wet. You should really grow these warm temperate species constantly wet all the time. This is what the Savage Garden says. So you guys should really get that book. They like to be kept constantly wet, and obviously they're Pinguicula, so give them less sunlight than you would any other carnivorous plants. They're like bright light, you know, indirect light, dappled light, you know, kind of like a house plant. You can grow these guys on your windowsills. That's how I grow them. They look really, really good when you grow them on the windowsills. So obviously this is how our little guy looks like right now, and we need to put the seeds onto them. And I'm going to fill up this water tray here with some rainwater too, so they can start soaking it all up. And now let's struggle to get these seeds out of this plastic, because as you guys should hopefully know if you've been watching, you shouldn't really keep your seeds in plastics because then you can't get them out. So let's go do that now. Okay guys, so all I did was that I dried up this area here and I moved the plants up there. And I obviously got a piece of paper here so that we can, you know, better see our plants. So what you want to do with your seeds is that hopefully you already have them in some paper, but if you don't, this is what you should kind of do if you have a plastic like I do. Make a crease in the middle so that you can actually use it kind of like a funnel when you actually want to put the seeds onto the soil. And what we're going to do now, we'll just shake these guys out. Yeah, so these seeds are actually a little bit heavier than the other seeds that we've dealt with so far, or the other Drosera. So they actually came out, all of them, they're all out. So that's perfect. But what I was going to say is that you can just cut it open and cut it down the sides. I'll actually just show it to you guys. You cut it open like this, cut it off, and cut down along this seam here. And then what this does is that it gives you access to the whole entire plastic bag. So you could obviously open it up much more and turn it inside out like this to wipe the seeds off onto the paper. But yeah, we don't need this anymore. So, and then once you have it on the paper, what you want to do, you want to obviously fold it over like I explained and gently tap it so all the seeds congregate in the middle. And then you just want to get a rolled up banknote. Sorry guys. What you want to do is that you just want to gently tap the seeds onto your soil, and obviously try and get the seeds everywhere so you don't have them all in one little spot. And there we go guys, all of the seeds are now obviously on the soil, and all that I'm going to do is I'm going to put these guys on the windowsill exactly how they are right now. And all I do is when the water level obviously gets low, just fill it back up with water. And then these guys will start growing in about a month or two because the seed's a little bit old. But these guys, they just grow non-stop. They are, as I said, annuals, so they grow very, very quickly, and then they make seeds, and then they just kill themselves. So this pot will always have little guys, you know, popping up everywhere and making little flowers. But I really hope that you guys will enjoy that. So make sure that you follow the channel and subscribe so that you can actually watch these little guys grow up. So let's go put them in their new home. So this is going to be their new little home, obviously with all of the other indoor plants. Okay guys, and there we go. That is our impromptu video on how to, you know, sow Pinguicula seeds finished up. And obviously we checked out our little drosophilums, the dewy plants as well, and moved them outside. So hopefully they start doing really well too. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to leave a like. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to actually join us in the adventure of growing these little guys from seeds, obviously, and watching them get nice and big, and then obviously making new seeds, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. So I'll see you guys in the next episode.